Hi everyone, welcome to another day. It's April 20th already. Crazy that time is going kind of as fast as it is. I miss seeing all. I hope you are all doing well. Um, Nothing really too exciting around here. I don't have any good stories for you guys because when you're just kind of stuck at home all the time. I mean, my house is a mess kind of, and we are trying to find fun and creative things to do to keep ourselves busy. So, anyways, we are going to continue with this unit on equations. Okay, so we are going to continue today with what's called multi-step equations. We did one and two step equations, but multi-step would obviously just mean more than two steps. We're going to do this over a few days. We're going to take it kind of just one day at a time. And just add a little step each day so we don't go too fast and you don't end up with too much homework, and we can take it easy during this distance learning time. So multi-step equations, day one. So today what we're really looking at is just combining like terms first and then solving the remaining one or two step equation. So we always have to remember that if we have more than one term that has a variable, we have to combine them, we have to put them together. So the best way to do this is to just show you a few examples, and then I'm going to let you do your homework. So here we go. The first example, you can see here, we have negative 5n minus 2n. And let's see, I can't get my pen to work. All right, so I think the pen is working now. So we always draw this line by the equal sign to show that we're keeping the two sides separate. Notice on the right-hand side that we have a couple of terms that have variables. Now we have to be really careful with minus signs and negative signs. I'm going to count a negative sign kind of like a minus sign. So I'm going to circle my like terms. We have a negative 5n, and in this case we also have a negative 2n. So when we put those together, or when we add them together, we have a negative 5 plus negative 2, we're at negative 7n. Equals 21. Okay, and then this is just a simple one-step equation. So now we're going to solve by, or divide by negative 7 to solve it. And we get n equals negative 3. Be careful with negative signs, okay? So that we don't forget them. Remember, you have to divide by that negative. Now, I'm not going to require you to go back and check it, but you can check it to make sure your answer works. So we have 21 equals negative 5n minus 2n. We replace the n with negative 3. So we have negative 5 times negative 3 is positive 15 minus a negative 6. Keep change, we end up with 21. So it works. My answer is negative 3. Now you should end up with all really nice answers. If you're coming up with a decimal or some fraction, some weird number, know that you probably did something wrong. Okay, example 2. Again, we draw a line by the equal sign. This time I see I only have one variable term, but in this case I have two constants. So I need to combine them together. So we have negative 8x. Negative 5 plus negative 7 is a negative 12, which also looks like minus 12. They mean the same thing, okay? Remember, we could add the opposite and make this plus negative 12. So we could do that. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it just how I had it. Okay, I'm going to put the 20 on the other side and an equal sign. Okay, we want to keep the variable and its best friend together as long as possible. So this is a two-step equation. We're going to add 12 to both sides. So we have 32 equals negative 8x. And we're going to finish by dividing by negative 8. So x equals negative 4. Okay, I'm going to go through the check. Again, you don't have to do the check on your homework. I'm not going to require that, but I do want you to know that it's available and you can see if your answers work. So negative 8 times negative 4 is 32 minus 5 minus 7. 32 minus 5 would be 27. Minus 7 is 20. So our answer works. Okay. Let's try another one. This one is very similar to the first one where we have two terms with variables. So we combine those. 6 and a positive 4 is 10n equals negative 10. And then we have a simple one-step equation, so divide by 10. So n equals negative 1. Okay, when we check that, if you are planning on doing the checks, make sure you always go back to the original problem. We'd want to start at the original, because if you made a mistake in that first step, you would catch it if you started with the first part of the problem. So negative 10 equals 6n plus 4n. We're going to replace the n's with negative 1. 6 times negative 1 is negative 6, plus 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. So it works. We have negative 10 equals negative 10. Okay, last example for today. This time, you notice the problem is just flipped around a little bit. It doesn't matter. That just means our x's are on the left-hand side instead. And so we can combine our like terms, 2x minus 5x, or 2x plus negative 5x. That's negative 3x equals negative 9. And we finish by dividing by negative 3. So x equals 3. Okay. I am going to do the check just to show you that it works. Remember, you don't have to do them. It's just nice to know if you're getting the right answer. So I'm going to replace the x with 3, a positive 3 this time. So I have 2 times 3 is 6. Minus 5 times 3 is 15, and 6 minus 15, or 6 plus negative 15, is negative 9. So we can see that it does work, and we've got the correct answer. Okay, so I've gone through a few examples with you. You can see how this is done. Your homework is going to be another assignment using Kami. You're only going to have about 3 problems to do, so it shouldn't take you that long. Remember, you should get really nice answers when you're doing this, and you'll submit the assignment on Kami. You have to show your work again in order to get credit, so make sure you're showing your work. I hope that I left you enough space to be able to do that. If Kami's not working for you, please let me know, and we'll find another way to submit that assignment. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.